Can you believe it? The very ground where our ancestors shed blood and tears to birth the concept of American freedom, that hallowed place, has today become the epicenter of one of the most brutal wealth disparities imaginable. Picture this. An ordinary gas station, nestled on a bustling city street, will outright cease fuel sales, turning away desperate drivers, all to rake in $50 for a mere few hours of temporary, makeshift parking. Or consider this stark reality. People are willingly shelling out upwards of $3 million, not for a sprawling estate, but for a cramped, moss-kissed brick apartment, ancient and weathered, squeezed precariously onto streets, never designed for modern density. Welcome, truly, to Boston. But beneath the radiant charm of those cobblestone streets, steeped in an almost intoxicating European flavor, lies a harsh, unvarnished truth that far too few dare to confront. And in this video today, I intend to meticulously peel back that shimmering veneer, revealing a Boston that is far more than just another historic city. It is, in fact, the darkest, most unsettling mirror reflecting the modern American dream. You think you understand Boston, you are profoundly mistaken. And I promise you, if you commit to watching this video until its very last second, your fundamental perception of freedom, knowledge, and success in America will be utterly and irrevocably transformed. So, what profound truths will you uncover within today's video? The horrifying untold secrets lurking behind the Big Dig, America's most astronomically expensive public works project, and how it meticulously engineered Boston into a meticulously crafted, yet utterly artificial paradise. The poignant, almost bitter narrative of the invisible privilege bestowed by a Harvard or MIT degree, a reality so deeply ingrained that even the most brilliant students often shy away from acknowledging its true weight. The alarming process by which Boston's unparalleled history, its revered intellectual might, and its captivating European charm are systematically being repackaged and sold as the most exorbitant commodities in the nation, and most critically the genuine, often crushing price that individuals are compelled to pay, not just for a piece of real estate, but for the profound privilege of claiming a place within the vibrant, ceaseless current of American history itself. Why, you might ask, should any of this profoundly matter to you? Because Boston is emphatically not an anomaly. Instead, it serves as a stark, chilling preview of the future trajectory not just for the United States, but for the entire world. It is a microcosm where power, profound knowledge, and invaluable historical heritage are being ruthlessly and coldly commercialized, transmuted into mere transactions. Here, the very concept of freedom has been stripped of its inherent right and rebranded as an exclusive privilege, accessible only to those with the financial might to secure it. This is a deeply resonant story about the human spirit, about the very fabric of our society, about the erosion of our most cherished beliefs, and ultimately, about the precarious legacy we are consciously choosing to bequeath to future generations. Let's rewind the clock, if only for a moment, back to the raw, untamed year of 1630, when our forefathers first set foot upon these shores, their hearts yearning for a profound promise, religious freedom. The Boston Massacre, a brutal act of defiance, or the dramatic, history-shaping splash of tea into the harbor, these are not merely faint, faded lines of text that our grandchildren passively encounter in their history books. No, these were raw, visceral events, the actual blood, the hot tears, the resounding shouts of indignation from ordinary people who steadfastly refused to be exploited without the fundamental right to speak their minds. They are potent, enduring echoes, a stark and vital reminder to every succeeding generation that true freedom has never, ever come without an excruciating cost. Then, almost miraculously, from those rebellious docks, this nascent city underwent a breathtaking metamorphosis. Today, an astonishing $363 billion in assets fuels its formidable economy. But what genuinely transforms Boston into an intellectual titan isn't merely the glittering skyscrapers of its tech giants or financial powerhouses. Its true might resides in its unparalleled intellect. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Harvard University stand like invisible yet indomitable fortresses, their reputations preceding them. Their acceptance rates are notoriously brutal, often hovering around a mere 5%. From these hallowed gates have emerged 8 US presidents, 75 Nobel laureates, and countless billionaires. As I watch those bright-eyed young people rush onto these campuses, carrying the immense weight of their families' hopes and dreams, I can't help but wonder, do they truly grasp the profound burden of this legacy, or are they simply running a relentless race for another line on a perfect resume? There is a profoundly bitter, unspoken truth about the inherent privilege these coveted degrees confer, a story I will unveil for you later in our journey. Now, let us descend together into the bustling heart of downtown, where the monumental, century-defining project, known as the Big Dig, once devoured an astounding $14.8 billion. This colossal undertaking literally buried an entire cacophony of roaring highways beneath the city's surface, transforming cold concrete and steel into serene, verdant green spaces. As you stroll beneath the flickering glow of gaslit street lamps in historic Beacon Hill or the elegant Back Bay, you are enveloped in an illusion, feeling as though you've stepped into the ancient heart of Europe, not the United States. It's a perfect, almost unsettlingly pristine, artificial tranquility. Yet, the moment your feet step beyond the boundaries of these romantic, idealized dreams, reality will crash over you like an icy bucket of water. Consider this: $3,500 for a single month's rent. The cost of living here is nearly 50% higher than the national average. An old friend of mine, who has spent his entire life in the North End, the very neighborhood where the first Italian immigrant families laid down roots, now struggles daily, fighting tooth and nail simply to cling to the home that holds the memories of his entire youth. And it doesn't end there. The city's notoriously frustrating transportation system can drain the patience of even the most resilient senior citizen. How would you feel about circling in desperate futility for an hour and a half just to find a single, elusive parking spot? On days when the beloved Red Sox play at Fenway, the madness escalates to its absolute zenith. Gas stations, seizing the opportunity, halt all fuel sales, chalk out makeshift parking spaces on their lots, and demand $50 for a temporary perch. Is this insatiable greed, or merely the brutal law of supply and demand? I leave that for you to judge. Yet, despite this suffocating pressure, this relentless squeeze, Boston retains an utterly irreplaceable soul, a spirit that simply cannot be extinguished. I implore you, bring your children, your grandchildren here. Take their hands and walk with them along the storied 3-mile Freedom Trail. Stand together before the very balcony where the Declaration of Independence was first triumphantly proclaimed in 1776. Let them savor a bowl of rich, traditional clam chowder, its warmth a taste of local history. Wander through the 20% of the city's area that remains beautifully green and open, and teach them that the very bedrock of American history was forged, brick by resilient red brick, right here. And this deeply conservative, undeniably ancient city is currently undergoing a powerful, seismic, political and social transformation, witnessing a deliberate transfer of power to more diverse, more multifaceted generations. Whether you personally agree with this profound shift or not, it remains the undeniable, pulsating heartbeat of a new era, a rhythm that cannot be ignored. So, what then is the ultimate secret nestled behind Boston's glamorous European-tinged beauty, and its universally revered, prestigious degrees. It is, fundamentally, a monumental trade-off. This city will systematically drain your finances, challenge your patience to its absolute breaking point, with its labyrinthine tunnels and its notoriously brutal, bone-chilling winters. But as I watched my elderly friend, his hands trembling slightly as he sipped his hot clam chowder, his eyes glowing with an unmistakable pride fixed upon the distant spire of the Old North Church, a profound truth washed over me. We are not merely paying for cramped square footage or exorbitantly priced amenities. We are, in fact, paying for a coveted, indelible place right at the very heart of the historical current of the United States of America. And if you are sitting here with me now, perhaps you are asking yourself that very same question. Am I, too, willing to pay that exorbitant price? I have, countless times, wandered along Boston's ancient, hallowed streets, observing the countless faces etched with weariness, yet, paradoxically, their eyes still twinkling with an unyielding flicker of hope. It becomes strikingly clear to me that behind every shimmering facade of grandeur are the very real, often heart-wrenching stories of human lives, of immigrants desperately clinging to the frayed edges of a dream, of parents sacrificing every fiber of their being so their children might one day walk through the gates of Harvard, and of young people valiantly wrestling with the profound tension between cherished tradition and the harsh, unforgiving realities of modern life. Boston, in its unique, often brutal way, imparts a profound lesson that few other cities in the world possess: the capacity to convey. Everything, absolutely everything, comes with an inherent cost. Every semblance of freedom demands its measure of blood and tears. Every truly great legacy necessitates extraordinary, often painful, sacrifice. In today's hyper-commercialized world, where virtually everything appears to be reducible to a monetary transaction, Boston stands as a powerful, enduring reminder that the true, immeasurable value of a place lies not in the dizzying figures on its real estate listings, but in the intricate tapestry of its history, in the indomitable spirit of its people, and in our collective ability to passionately pass that sacred flame of legacy to the generations yet to come. The next time you gather with your children or grandchildren, resist the urge to merely recount the dazzling, untarnished glories of America. Instead, tell them the complex, profoundly human story of this magnificent, yet undeniably harsh, Boston. Allow them to fully grasp that freedom, true knowledge, and authentic success have never simply materialized out of thin air. They have always demanded a steep, often agonizing price, paid in the currency of relentless sweat, bitter tears, and an extraordinary, unyielding perseverance. The America that our generation once knew is transforming with each passing day, shifting beneath our very feet. Yet, the core, inextinguishable flame of its legacy, the very essence of its founding principles, still burns brightly, patiently awaiting the next generation to step forward and rekindle its profound light. If these raw, unapologetic, yet undeniably proud truths have resonated deeply within your heart, if you believe with conviction that this is a vital, living history lesson, truly deserving of preservation and transmission, then please share this video widely. Share it with your friends, your family, and most especially with your children and grandchildren. Together, let us ensure that this precious, flickering flame of understanding and legacy never, ever dies out. And if you are eager to continue this profound journey of discovery, to unearth more intriguing, sometimes harsh, but always deeply meaningful truths about this complex nation, then I urge you, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell today. Together, we will continue to turn many more pages of this living history in our upcoming videos. Thank you for staying with me until this very last second. Now, tell me, are you truly ready to look at the American dream through an entirely new, perhaps more honest lens.